I literally look like I'm about to go to some festival. It's roasting and all my family's being boring and sitting inside, so I thought I'll just talk to my camera then since no one else wants to talk to me. I'm colouring in, guys, I'll show you. So it's literally one of my favourite hobbies right now ever. Ooh. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I just wanted to come on and chat because I was listening to a podcast and it was called like Creating Happiness or something, and it was chatting about how to create happiness and stuff, and I was like, I get a lot of DMs a lot and people are always like, thanks for being so positive, blah 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 blah, and I'm so glad that you share all this and blah 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 blah. And I was like, actually I think that might be part of the problem of social media. Obviously I share the ups and the downs, but some people obviously don't see all my down posts where I'm like sitting crying like a little weirdo. But to the people who do, I'm sure it does help. But I just think there's this, like, people only put out into social media what they want people to see. So if you want to be this happy person, people are just going to genuinely think that you are just this happy person. And it's just not reality at all. So no one is that happy 24/7, and I don't really think it's healthy or possible to be happy 24/7. Like, no one is that happy 24/7. If you are, you're like, what do they call it? Like a...
Is it a sociopath?
I don't know, right? If I could be, I would love to be, but I don't really think it's normal. And I don't want people to think that that is normal, because life is full of struggles and I've had my fair share. And I think that's why I like sharing so many positive things so much, because I just think, like, I would never want anyone else to feel that way. But I feel like everyone does, and maybe you do right now, and I just want you to know that every storm passes and you can't have flowers without a bit of rain. I actually can't take myself seriously with this hat on, but yeah, I just wanted to come on and say that, just to like set it straight, because I know that social media can portray such different things. It just depends what image you want to put out. Just wanted to put that out there, because I was listening to podcasts, I was like, actually, maybe I don't want to ever have the opposite effect on someone. Like, I'm just like paranoid to, like, because obviously I post a lot of positivity, I don't want people to think, oh well, she's always positive, why am I not always positive? Because it's not true, and I do cry a lot. It is roasty toasty, but I think it's the last day of sun for a while in Scotland anyway, so I'm trying to make the most of it. And it is just scorching. I don't know where's best to put these because the lighting is funny and my camera's not used to this. So yeah, how are we all doing? Really, like, are you actually doing good? Because I hope you are. I actually am. I've had quite a good morning so far. I don't even think it's the morning anymore though. No. Oh my gosh, this isn't even charging. Maybe it's my cable. It's also nearly university time too. And I'm dreading it. I'm dreading it. And I just... ugh. I don't know. Like, I'm nervous, but I'm excited because it's meant to be on campus, so I'll meet friends, guys. I'll meet people. Actually, speaking of friends, I was out the other day with some high school friends, which was the best time ever. It's just, you know, when you have those friends who you could just spend like years apart from. We haven't spent years apart, but you could spend years apart from, and every time you meet it would just be the same, and chat would just be like so funny. It's literally what it's like, and it was so fun. We was driving about, went to Starbucks, shocker, and we also went to a wee walk, and went back to one of their houses just to sit in the garden because it's nice and sunny. But we're hoping to do more. They go to the same university as me as well, so I'm quite excited. Who knows, maybe they'll appear in vlogs one day, but I know it's not really their thing. So I'm just going to share a couple wee tips just because I'm colouring in of like how I do try and stay positive, but obviously I'm not positive 110% of the time, just to make that very, very clear. But some tips are like to find things that actually bring you happiness, because there's things that actually make me happier than I think. Like, see, even just sitting here and talking to you, this makes me so happy. And I don't know, maybe you could start a wee thing, or alone time, like just kicking about myself sometimes. I feel like it's really important. Everyone in my sort of area, I feel like, doesn't really do that a lot, because it's kind of like, oh, they look at you like a loner or whatever, but I swear to God you're not. Like, as long as there's a balance, like if you have your friends and whatever, then I see no harm in it. Some people that won't work for, but for some people it is, and I think it's really important to be able to do things yourself. It's definitely something that brings me a lot of happiness. And then also, like, just focusing on the little things. When you become more grateful for the small little things in life, you actually tend to find a lot more happiness, I feel. Because when I was in high school, I was always like, I was guilty of being like that, like not that person, but like, I think everyone was the same. And it was like, you just can't wait to rush life, and you want to do all these different things, and you're more grateful for, like, you want to have certain shoes or certain bags and all that. But happiness doesn't come from that. You think it does, but it doesn't. Because I've found a lot, especially after COVID, like, a lot of happiness just comes from literally what people would say is cringy. Like, see, just sitting in a park and appreciating nature, like the trees and the sky and the clouds and the stars and the moon and all that jazz. Like, I find that's good for the soul. That is soul food, that. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing stuff like that if you're struggling a little bit. And reading, I know a lot of people, like my sister hates reading, but my little brother hates reading, but reading is so therapeutic, I feel. And it's, I don't know, like, people are going to forget how to read these days because no one actually sits, well, they do now, but for a while I feel like people just weren't reading because they thought it was weird. But I'm glad it's becoming a trend now to read because I love reading. Colouring brings me happiness too. Look, it's so colourful. I love it. Oh, but I'm sweating. Riley thinks he's better at the bottle flip, but he's not.
I don't know.
I
think.
That's not what you were
Right,
saying
we're
2
doing
seconds
a
ago.
cap.
Right, go.
Are we doing a cap? Or just a normal?
A normal one.
Right.
Okay, go.
Oh.
Right,
It really depends how much water you have in it.
right, wait, you go then I'll go. Right, miss. Right, I'm gonna go. I swear, I used to be so good at this. Oh.
Wait, I just tried to do a cap.
Ah, that's
Hey.
1-1. Nah, move your leg. You're so cheating. Oh, 2. I'm winning. 3. Oh, that's 3-2. Oh,
The cap? First try!
okay. I want to try.
I want it. Let's go!
Right, fine.
Map,
Let's do push-ups. Remember we did that?
Oh yeah.
Right, hang on, let me move it so we can both get in it. Right, do it on the grass. Right, you ready?
Yep.
Right. You're not doing that right, you're just moving your head, you're going
No, I'm not.
fun in the sun. Hello guys! Oh my gosh, it's such an autumnal day. Like, it is pouring rain, which is completely different to yesterday. Yesterday I was sitting out the back sweating with a wee bucket hat on. I actually can't take myself seriously with this hat on. And today it's so autumnal. It was like thunder and lightning last night. But anyway, I've got something so exciting. Guys! So remember that microphone, and I was going to do a podcast, right? But then I couldn't figure out how to work it. And then I was like, why don't I just search a tutorial on YouTube? Also ignore that, that's really annoying. But anyway, so I searched up on YouTube and I found like a tutorial on how to do it. Oh my gosh. So look, I've got my actual, I feel like, did anyone watch Radio Rebel when they were younger? Hang on. Yeah, so did anyone watch Radio Rebel when they were younger? Because that was literally one of my favourite Disney shows ever. And look! Wait, let's test it. I've literally got the wee software up. So my software's up and I've got my, oh, I can't. Guys, this is the beginning of something new. Right, so wait. It's like the first time. This is the start. Okay, this will be so funny to look back on, right? Anyway, I don't know what, we'll just say, I just want to test the, what could I say? Hello, Ooga Booga. Hey, wait, what is it they say? They're like, hey guys, welcome to our podcast, I'm your host. Oh my god. Right. Welcome to our podcast. There it is. Right, okay, we'll try this again. Like, hey, I'm your host. Welcome to our podcast. Right, and then let's see, did it work? There you go. So they go like, hey, I'm your host. Welcome to my podcast. Right, and then let's see the word. Oh my gosh! Guys, I'm so excited. Also, I've literally my house coat. But this is like the other thing, because I feel like I'd really like to do a podcast because I could literally just talk about so many random things and I don't need to get dressed and stuff if I don't feel like it. Though to be fair, I mean, on my videos I usually look like a wee rat anyway, but at least I don't need to feel like a wee rat because you can't see me and I can just chat. But yeah, I'm literally so buzzing. Can you tell? I mean, if you couldn't already tell, I've literally said that about 50 billion times. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is one of those really, like, it's quite autumnal, but it keeps switching up. Like, the weather is so strange. It's like raining and then it's not, which is kind of weird. But anyway, I'm just back from Lidl. I went for a little umbrella. You can slag me all you want, guys. Umbrellas, they're so practical. And I remember being in high school and everyone would slag umbrellas. And I don't know why, but they're amazing. So I've just come back, made my little coffee, and I just thought we could just have a little chat. I just wanted to show you a couple books that I have been loving recently, because I know a lot of yous also like books, because we're kind of like the same people, guys. But if not, then you can just either just listen or just skip this little bit. But I have picked out a couple of my favourite books so far this year, and I'm going to just show you them, recommend them for you, and yeah, because there's nothing quite like a good book, and I have an obsession. I literally go to the bookshops and buy books when I've got books that are still to be read. But it's so fun, I can't explain it. Waterstones is probably my favourite bookstore, but let's see. So, okay, so the first book I highly recommend is one that I just recently finished, which is 13 Minutes. I don't know if you've ever read it, but if you're into crime, it's like crime thriller, yeah, and it's really good. It's basically like this girl and she's dead for 13 minutes and it just goes through her trying to figure it out. Like, she doesn't remember what happened and there's so many twists, so many turns. It's one of those books that you don't want to put down, so I definitely recommend this. The next one, I don't have a clue where I've put, but it's Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us. I'm pretty sure if you don't live under a rock, you'll know what one I'm on about. You'll have seen it, whether it be on TikTok or when you've been in a bookstore. But it's actually really good and it is worth the hype. At first I was quite, I don't know, like, I just thought maybe it's just one of these trends and it's not actually going to be the best. But it was really good, and I'm pretty sure they're making a movie, so I recommend that. Another one I gave my mum to read, which I don't even think she's read, but it's The Midnight Library by, Matt Haig, I think. That was really good, and it's one of those, like, it sticks with you. It's got really good meaning, and it's basically just this library, and every book's a different way her life could have been, depending on different decisions she could have made. I recommend that. I've got two more to show you. So, this book, I actually took the cover off because it's so pretty like this, but this is the One for Sorrow by Zoe Sugg and Amy McCulloch. They brought out a second one, I've still to read it, and it's like the Magpie Society, and it's really good. That's another sort of thriller, not really crime, well it is. It gives me like Gossip Girl meets Pretty Little Liars vibes, and I love it. And then the final book is Happy Sexy Millionaire by Stephen Bartlett. He's got a podcast and I love his podcast, so I thought, you know what, I'll get the book. And this is really good. I've not finished it, but it's like one of those self-help kind of books. I highly recommend. You all need it in your lives, guys. I just love books.
I'm obsessed.
I really want to publish a book. But yeah, let me know if you have any book recommendations on like the comments or DM or something, because I'm always looking for new books and I love buying them and then not reading them, but I do try and make time to read lately. Guys, I'm sorry, I need to show you this. I just made the most amazing thing I think I've ever made in my life. Like, oh, I was watching Gemma Louise Miles on YouTube and I seen that she made a Buddha bowl and I was like, you know what, I've been wanting to make one for ages. So I went away in my wee car to Morrison's, bought some sweet potato, and guys, look. Does that not look amazing? I've got some sweet potato, some tomatoes, some avocado, leaves, beans, tuna, chef's kiss. Oh, I actually can't believe it. So I'm gonna go and enjoy this. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I just had to show you that. I just had to, because I can't cook, and that, I'm probably being a bit dramatic, but Gordon Ramsay, you know,